Today we are analyzing the pedigree chart. Here, two pedigree charts are available. In first chart, at first we analyze the first chart, and here you see here the first generation, second generation, third generation, and fourth generation. We have information of the four generations. In parental, if you observe the parent, the mother is affected by the trait under study. In first generation, 50% son is affected, while the 100% daughter is normal. In second generation, the 100% female is affected and 100% male is normal. In third generation, 50% female and 50% male are affected. In fourth generation, the twin, a girl twin, that is homozygotic. Here the symbol is represented for the homozygotic nature is affected. Now when we analyze the pedigree chart, we clearly observed here that the trait is appeared in each generation, in the first generation, in the second generation, in the third generation, and in the fourth generation. It clearly represents that the trait is dominant. First nature is trait is dominant. Now we want to study that the trait is either autosomal link or sex chromosomal link. Here the male is affected, here the female is affected, and here the female is affected. That means if the trait is dominant, and now from here male is affected, it may becomes either from the autosome or from the X chromosome, because in male both autosome and X chromosome come from the mother. Here from father the X chromosome and autosome both comes from the mother, and here the X chromosome comes from the mother. Here the X chromosome is come from the mother. If we observe here, that means here the mother is normal and father is defective, and homozygotic twin is affected. And the nature of the transfer of the trait from one to another generation clearly indicates that it is not the sex-linked chromosome. That means it is autosomal. That means you observed clearly here that the pedigree represents trait of the dominant and autosomal linked nature. For example, some autosomal dominant abnormalities of human beings are Huntington disease, DiGeorge syndrome, polydactyly, and brachydactyly. And the pedigree analysis clearly represented the nature of the autosomal dominant. In the second analysis, we come here and observe it is the first generation, it is the second generation, it is the third generation, and it is the fourth generation. Again, in this pedigree, we collected the information of the fourth generation. In the first generation, the trait does not appear. In second generation is in parental generation, and in first generation the trait is not observed, but in second generation it is observed in the female, where the mother and father of both of daughter is normal. In second generation again, in third generation again, it is not appeared. But in fourth generation, again it is appeared. That means in the pedigree, we observed clearly the escapeness of the character from generation. And after the escaping from some generation, the trait is appeared. That means the nature observed in the trait is of recessive type. First, it is of nature of recessive type. Second, if we observe and analyze the nature of the autosomal or sex chromosomal linkage, that means here the character is observed in the female, and female always carry the sex chromosome or X chromosome of father. And here clearly observed the father is normal. That means here the pedigree represents recessive and autosomal. That means here the pedigree represents dominant autosomal nature. Here the pedigree represents recessive autosomal. And some recessive autosomal disease are albinism, cystic fibrosis, Tay-Sachs disease, spinal muscular atrophy, like this. In this way, we observe the nature and pattern of the analysis. Now we observe the third pedigree here, and we analyze here. Here again we observe the first generation, second generation, and third generation. We observe here the third generation, and it is the parental generation, from where we initiate the pedigree. We initiate here analysis from this point of the generation, and now we observe the first generation, second generation, and third generation. Here we again observed here that the trait or allele under study appeared in parental generation, in first generation, in second generation, and in third generation. In all generation, the appearance of disease is commonly represents that it is of dominant nature. It is of dominant nature. And now, the dominant nature is determined by the pedigree. Again, we want to analyze the nature, either it is associated with the autosome or is associated with the sex chromosome. Here, the mother, for the study of the autosomal and sex-linked nature, we observed here that in mother, it is affected in the mother, and from mother, in the next generation, one male child is affected, one heterozygotic twin is affected. In heterozygotic twin, one is male and one is female. Now, in the appearance of the characters in both male and female here and male here does not clear that it is autosomal or it is sex chromosomal. But in the next generation, when the affected male is married with the normal female, only females are affected and males are normal. Here the point it clearly indicates that the trait comes in the female female comes from the father, because only X chromosome comes in the daughter. Only the X chromosome of father comes in the daughter. If it is autosomal, then there is chance of the affected appearance in both male or female. Again, we move further in the third generation. We observe that the affected mother is married with the normal male, and again daughter is affected. It represents that the dominant X chromosome is in heterozygotic condition in the female, and one X comes here in the male, that is responsible for the appearance of the trait or abnormality or disease, while one X chromosome, normal X chromosome of the mother and one X chromosome of the father comes in this daughter, and where the normal X chromosome comes in the both sons. That means it is the dominant or X-linked character. Now the pedigree represents that it is associated with the dominant X gene of the parental mother, which carry from generation to generation. Now in the fourth pattern, in fourth stage, we observe here that it is the first generation, it is the second generation, it is the third generation, and it is the fourth generation. In all these generations, we observed here the character is appeared, and after the first and second generation, the character is again appeared in the third generation and again in the fourth generation. That means the character under study is escaped from first and second generation. Now the escapeness of trait under study or abnormality or disease in these two generations clearly indicates that it is the of recessive type. Now we observed here that after the recessive trait, either it is X-linked or it is autosomal linked. And now we observed here that the autosome, here the father and mother both are normal. Here the mother and father both are normal, but always appear in the male. Here it is appear in the male child. Here it is appear in the male child. And the male child obtains X chromosome from the mother. That means here the affected X chromosome of the male is comes from the second generation fourth individual, and here it comes from it comes from the mother of X chromosome, and from here it comes from the here. And now in the female, the character comes from the mother, comes from the grandfather through mother. It means the character appears in this pedigree, or the pedigree represents that the character is X-linked, X chromosomal, recessive X chromosomal linked character. Here the pedigree is the clearly represents that the trait represented here for recessive X chromosome. Last one, and another pedigree is very clear, that Y-linked pedigree analysis for the Y-linked character. And in the Y-linked character, male of each generation male of each generation is regularly affected. That means it represents the trait is passed through the or linked with the Y-linked character. Hence, by this way, we analyze the pedigree, and the pedigree analysis is important both for the determination of the inheritance nature of genetic traits, as well as genetic counseling for the family or couple has some ancestral history of genetic defects. Thank you. In next class, I will discuss on DNA sequencing method. Thank you. Thank you to all.